Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our first tutorial on the Click app. This tutorial will start by we're doing a very simple VB.NET program. Why do we use VB.NET program? The reason is that it is an easy language for the .NET framework where someone can just use this object-oriented programming language to perform several tasks and several projects. Now, to start with, my name is Zahid Ham, and I will make sure that by the end of this series of tutorial, you know what I know, and together we can uh, be better in serving our programming purposes. Now, first of all, let us agree just on one thing that every time we're going to run Visual Studio, we should run it as an administrator. Now I'm using Visual Studio 2013 as my platform. You might want to use 2010. Fine, it works now. Just for now. Well, I have Tap Express expired. It's not that big of a deal. So now you can add a new project. Now, as you can see here, once you press a new project, you're gonna get a lot of templates. The C Sharp, C++, JavaScript, Python, or whatever. What we're going to use is Visual Basics, and we're going to use Windows Desktop, and we're going to use with Windows Forms application. Now, let's name this first, not last. Let's browse and let's create a folder on the desktop named tutorials. Click app. Now when we go here to tutorials, we select the folder, and finally we can proceed. Now the first time we ever run this, we're gonna have this page. This page is the exact graphics page that will be your interface once you run. Now, let's assume we run this application and we do nothing. The moment you start, you're going to get this Windows Form application that is empty. Whenever you click, if you click here, if you click, or you do whatever you won't get anything, but it runs without any problems. You should check that, and if not, please, and if it doesn't run, please let us know. Now, if I click on the form, I will go to a load. By load, I mean once the application runs, this is the first function it will go into. Now we can use a breakpoint. What is the meaning of a breakpoint? Breakpoint is where the code runs and it stops there. Since the first function that a software usually stops on is the load function. Now let's test if our debugger works. I press start again, and as you can see here, it goes into the form load. Okay. According conventionally it is either F11 to go into, F10 to go through, and F5 is to skip the breakpoint, and F9 is to delete. Now when I press F9, I'm deleting this breakpoint. I press F9 again, I'm putting this breakpoint again. As I press F11, it goes through the end of the function. Now let's first uh, try to output hello world using a simple message box. Now, first of all, we can just dim message to show as string equal nothing. It's very important to clear the message box and put it into nothing, because we might have some garbage value, or we might have several problems regarding this. So just be on the safe side and dim this as string, and give it an empty string. Now message box to show, message to show is hello world. The exclamation mark because it's hello world. Now, when trying to message box, it's very easy to do this um, in VB.NET. All you have to do is MSG box, and we can give it a message to show. Now the first thing to do now is when I run this code, I will get into the breakpoint. I press F11 and F11 again. It is hello world. Now if I remove this breakpoint, now what will happen if I close the application and then I can run it? It's hello world. After it finishes, it loads the software, as you can see here. Now let's just for today add another button here inside the toolbox. Okay, uh, the toolbox here is every single control you might need. For later on, we'll study infragistics. Just for now, it's all Windows Form. Now, if we go into button, we just press button. We go into all Windows Form, and we get this button. In the next tutorial, we'll see how to manipulate these controls, how to change them, how to use their properties, and so on and so forth. Now, if I press on this button, I will go to the function of the button click itself. Now, let's assume I just want this code to run. I just want the message box to show when I press the button, or I want the message hello world to show on the form load, and to do a message to show button, excuse me, button clicked hello world. Now message box again, message to show. As you will see here, message to show the string will have two different variables. Hello world, the page is loads, and when I press the button, it's button clicked hello world. The next tutorial will be on how to manipulate controls, how to have more of these types of controls, how to manipulate many of them, and I'm looking forward to hear some comments from you in order to help me to help you to help you to have a better stance at these tutorials that we've just begun. First, not last tutorials done, and the next time we're going to continue from here and with more manipulations of controls. Thank you.